millions of people from the Midwest to the Northeast are on alert as a developing winter storm is expected to bring potentially crippling ice to millions across the region that could result in numerous power outages as well as lead to very treacherous travel conditions.
All those ingredients, they've been coming together this morning, and there are a lot of them, especially when we talk about freezing rain. It's a very unique setup. Winter weather alerts span more than 1,500 miles with this system, and they extend all the way from Kansas to Massachusetts. And when we look at the threats, they are evolving, even devolving, as we head into the afternoon for places like Des Moines, Chicago. Welcome inside the bottom of the hour. It has been a slick commute for a lot of people.
Yeah, especially in and around Kansas City. And we know that it's only going to go downhill for so many cities in the Midwest.
We want to get to the forecast in a bit, but we do want to spotlight Kansas City and the metro. There's the Kansas side and the Missouri side. We're going to highlight the Missouri side. This is what it looked like along Interstate 35 earlier this morning. Now, I-35 is in Kansas, too. It's a north to south oriented interstate and stretches all the way south into Texas. But through Kansas City, it was a mess. It's what we called a sea of red taillights. And this is the first of two pretty high-impact winter storms that could bring some freezing rain to nearly 24 states. We're joined this morning by Missouri State Highway Patrol Corporal Justin Ewing this morning. Corporal Ewing, thanks for joining us. The mess this morning in Kansas City. Can you paint the picture for us? Troop A, you're in northwest Missouri, but with Kansas City in the mix, what was the weather like this morning?
Yeah, good morning. So this ice came in, and I don't think any of us expected it to have the impact or the amount that we received. So when the morning commute kicked off as early as around 4 a.m. this morning, right here in our Kansas City area, all around the metro, we started having major issues, specifically when it came to some of our larger bridges. All of those bridges iced over very quickly, and we began to see crash after crash involving tractor trailers, passenger cars, people heading to work. Thankfully, at this time, we don't have any major injuries reported from any of those, but what we did see was major traffic backups. We saw a lot of traffic congestion, and even right now in our Grandview, Missouri, kind of a bordering city of Kansas City, one of our major interchanges that we kind of affectionately know as the Grandview Triangle, Interstate 435, US 71, and Interstate 470 all kind of meet. Right now, we've got that the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department's on scene, and that is shut down with the Missouri Department of Transportation in all directions. And so we're still having some major problems. Thankfully, we're starting to improve. We're starting to see some improvement around other areas, but unfortunately, we still have some major blockages occurring.
I would assume that when you say it's starting to improve, that's a direct correlation to the temperature, because by all sites, when we were looking at radar this morning, you can even see it. I mean, this freezing drizzle, it's such a sinister thing. It started in the overnight hours, and I guess from a surprise factor, I mean, even us focusing on that moisture, sometimes it can just sneak up on you in Kansas City. From your perspective, it's Troop A, so I believe it includes the Missouri side of Kansas City. A rough
Correct.
estimate how many accidents you guys had to respond to in Troop A?
Yeah, so our troopers, starting from even early morning hours, 2 a.m. on, I know I'm aware, I don't have a specific number, but I'm aware of at least about 15 to 20, and some of those were some major shutdowns. Specifically, we had two troopers that were working multiple crashes southbound Interstate 35 near the Kit Bond Bridge in North Kansas City, Missouri. I know you mentioned 35 earlier. That stretch of roadway does travel into Kansas and Missouri, and on both sides of the state line, we had some issues there. So we had some other major roadway blockages on I-70 east of the Kansas City Metro and Lafayette County, Missouri. And so thankfully, some of those major ones, again, have been cleaned up. And you're absolutely right. Since I came on duty at around 5 a.m. this morning, the temperature's risen about 7 degrees, which helped our roadway temperatures rise a little bit. And so, again, we're starting to make some headway. Our Missouri Department of Transportation's been out throwing salt, trying to get these roadways improved. And hopefully, as we progress throughout the day, these issues will decrease and hopefully go away for us.
What about just the overall flow of traffic this morning? Has it been less? Have there been less people hitting the roads, maybe working from home? I know that there was delayed starts, some schools calling off as a result of that this morning, which was a smart move, especially given just the standstill that we saw.
Yeah, we unfortunately early on when all of this kind of began to start, a lot of those places hadn't quite canceled yet, and so I think everybody was still in the mindset of this is just going to be a normal day, and so we did have quite a bit of traffic early on. Thankfully, with some of those school closures, we did I think see a decrease later in the morning, but unfortunately, those of our citizens that had to work very early in the morning, we still had that major traffic flow at the beginning, which again helps cause some of that congestion. And everybody not expecting the impact that it had did create some issues for us.
All right. Yeah. We just one final question before we let you go. We do like that the conditions are improving, but a message. We're entering this maybe slightly more active period. We'll have to see how things play out in Kansas City for this next storm that's approaching. But what's the biggest message, I guess, for the next few hours? Conditions have dramatically improved.
Yeah, absolutely. We always want to caution people, even though things are improving, we're not out of the storm yet, so to speak. We're still in the woods as far as some icy road conditions. We want people, if they are going to travel, be vigilant. Be vigilant of those bridges and overpasses that you're traveling across. And just because it may look like it's improved doesn't mean you won't run into trouble spots around the metro. So be cautious. If you can work from home, if you can avoid travel today, let it wait till the afternoon. Let some of these conditions improve even more before you have to get out. We want people to be cautious. We want people to be safe, and we want people to be prepared if they were to be stuck in traffic. Make sure your vehicle's fueled up. Make sure you have those things in your car you need, because you never know when these delays might occur.
Without a doubt, we appreciate the education. Thanks for keeping those roads safe, too, as the MoDOT crews, as you've mentioned, been out doing the salt and the brine, all that ahead of the storm as we watch this thing push off to the east. Corporal Justin Ewing from the Missouri State Highway Patrol, thank you so much.
Thank you.